Hello everyone, it's Meg Ray. In this video, I'm going to be building something that I drew quite a while ago, this concept art, and I thought it would be fun to build it in Minecraft. So, this is what we're going to build. I don't remember when I drew this, but I think it was somewhere between the ages of 5 or 7. And since I have this wonderful ability to create such a beautiful piece of artwork at that age, what's to stop me from recreating this beautiful masterpiece in Minecraft? I do believe it will be my finest creation. Let's just go do it, shall we? So we're just gonna jump straight into this and start building. I'm going to start by doing the legs. Let's do one here and one there. I don't really know where the hind legs are gonna go. Maybe like that? Okay, not like that. They need to be straighter. This is gonna be the best build I've ever done. Actually, that's a little bit too much. Let's figure out where the body is gonna go. So we've got this. This is gonna be like a skeleton, so this is like where the head is gonna go. We gotta make sure that we get this just as accurate as we can to our reference photo. Now let's get a sphere brush. Let's give it a nice large size. How about 10? Well, honestly, 10 might be too small. Yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger than 10. How about 15? Gotta give it a nice round belly, so let's also use our blend ball brush. Let's give it a nice large size. And we're going to round off, maybe that's a little too big. We're going to round off this belly here just a little bit. Make sure we get all of these bulging muscles just exactly as I see them. Oh, and something I need to remember to do is that in the back here, it's quite a bit smaller. So let me go ahead and make myself an airbrush that I'm going to mask the wool with, and then I can start to kind of carve it into places if I need to shrink some areas just like this. Okay, it's a bit unrealistic to have it too skinny here, but we gotta be careful not to make it too fat right here, otherwise it's going to be a little unrealistic. So let's just keep working on these muscles. Oh, this looks pretty good right there. Alright, I'm gonna use a sphere brush real quick to help me get these shapes a little bit better. So we've got our mouth right there. And we've got our head here. So, you know, shaping like this isn't that difficult. It just takes a lot of patience. You just gotta keep going over the same places over and over if that's what it takes to get it to look perfect. Because, you know, it is hard to get accurate proportions, accurate smoothing. It just takes time, and there's just no other way around it. Just take your time with it. Alright, and don't forget these muscles here. These are kind of important. They kind of need to bulge in the back. Just like so. Very accurate representation of a horse right here. It looks like I need to move my head back a little bit. It looks like my head is too far forward. And if we want to get this to look as accurate to a horse as possible, we're gonna have to move it back this way. And we'll just smooth that off. And we'll need to pull this down. I think we're ready. We're almost ready. We just need to bulge out these muscles a little bit more. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, guys, I think I finished with the shape. Now we can actually start coloring it. Oh, except I need to add the ears first. I'm gonna give it a nice brownish color. Actually, this brown might not be quite the right brown. I might have to switch it out. Let me see. Do I want this brown? Or do I want like a spruce brown? A spruce brown might be better. Let's try this one instead and see what happens. Oh yes, I like this one better. Let's use a block of coal because it kind of has a little texture to it, so it'll add some good details to this build. So for the belly, I think I want to use cyan terracotta because it's a good contrast between the spruce wood and the coal blocks. It'll just look so nice for the belly, don't you think? Wow, look at this shaping. This shaping is just so fantastic. Alright, and the eyes are red, so we're going to use redstone for this just so they really stand out. We're also going to do a nostril right here. I think that looks good, and let's go to the other side Do another nostril. Awesome. So we've got our eyes in place. Let's see about the hair now. For the hair, the easiest thing to do is just to do a little placeholder, just like this. And then I'm going to do a quick replace around it. So we're going to do gmask 0, replace around 41 with 35, 8. There, got our hair in place. All right, next I'm going to do the tail. And for the tail, I'm going to actually be using the spike command. Position 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1 to get a nice rounded curve, and that looks pretty good right there. And then we're just going to do spike. We're going to use the same color we did before, 35, 8. And I think we need to start smaller, so let's try 210. Actually, that looks pretty good. I might need to move it up just a little bit though, now that I look at it. So let me remake my selection. And that's good. I think we've got the tail done. We've got the mane done. Now all we have to do is the saddle. I think for the saddle, the easiest thing for me to do here is going to be to use a sphere brush just to get this rounded shape that we've got going on in the back. And then we are going to use the loft tool to actually create the blanket part. But for the saddle part, we're just going to use a sphere brush like this. And we'll give it a smaller size to get the little horn on the saddle right here, just like so. We can even go in here by hand a little bit and clean it up so it's nice and perfect. So for the strap that goes around the belly, actually that's not in the right spot, I'm just going to paint it with Go Paint and do the same thing I did for the hair. I'm just going to replace around it. It'll be the easiest way to do this. So we're just going to paint across here and all the way around till we reach the other side. All right, next we actually need to replace this wool I have here with dirt. So let's go ahead and replace 35.0 with 3.1. That's the right one. Let's turn off our G mask and do that again. If that looks right, which it looks pretty right to me, we're just going to go ahead and do loft set 25114 minus D. Okay, we don't want to do the minus D. We'll do it without the minus D. And there we go. We'll do the same thing on this side. This time let's select it just a little differently. There's many ways you could do this. I'm just choosing to do it this way. Loft set. Perfect. Then along the top, one more time, we'll just connect these across like so. And I'll just do a couple points just so it can find all the points it needs to do, and we'll just do loft set again. It looks like I forgot one more thing, and that's the hooves. And to do that, I'm just going to go down here, and I'm just going to select just about 2 or 3 blocks down here. Not too many, just enough to get the hooves in place. And we're going to replace that with polished andesite. I just had to check what the ID was. So there we go. We got our hooves done. And there is our horse. And one more thing, it looks like I'm missing, and that is the rings. And that is how you take any concept art and build it in Minecraft. I have to say, this is the best thing I've ever built, and I did it in around 35-40-ish minutes. So that's not too bad for such an amazing build, don't you think? That's some kind of record. If you would like to see other time lapses of builds I've done, not nearly as impressive as this one, but if you would like to see more, I do have a playlist on my channel to check out sometime. Or just rewatch this one because this one is way better than anything else I've ever made. And I hope you enjoyed it, but for now, I have to say goodbye, and I will see you again sometime.